Hello, and welcome to Here by Nature. Today we're going to be talking about Psalm 8:4 in the English Standard Version, which reads, "What is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you care for him?" That you care for him. The first key takeaway for this verse is that God's grandeur makes his care for us astonishing. David, reflecting on the majesty of creation, marvels that God, who made the universe, takes notice of fragile, finite humans. This verse calls us to awe that we matter to the Creator of everything. The journal prompts for the first key takeaway are: how does recognizing God's vastness deepen your gratitude for his attention to you? What does it say about God's character that he chooses to care for humanity so intimately? The second key takeaway for this verse is that human worth comes from God's mindfulness, not our status. The question, "What is man?" reflects our humble position, not our worthlessness. The value of humanity lies not in our power or prestige, but in the fact that God is mindful of us. He thinks of us, sees us, and engages with us personally. The journal prompts for the second key takeaway are: do I tend to define my worth by God's care for me or by the world's standards? How does knowing God cares for me affect the way I view myself today? The third key takeaway is God's mindfulness calls for a response of reverence and trust. If the infinite God truly notices and cares for us, the appropriate response isn't pride, it's worship, trust, and surrender. Psalm 8 invites us not only to wonder at God's care, but to respond with faithfulness. The journal prompts for the third section's takeaway are: what areas of my life do I need to surrender, trusting that God truly sees and cares? In what ways can I reflect back God's care to others this week as a response to his mindfulness? For the personal reflection part today, I'm going to be looking at takeaway 3's second question. In what ways can I reflect back God's care to others this week as a response to his mindfulness? So, at my job, I actually am given the chance to pick up a couple shifts at a different location. And this location is actually where I used to work, like basically a decade ago. So I get to go back to my home turf, so to speak. Now, this location is known for being like super high traffic in comparison to the location where I currently am working. So I'm going to be in front of a lot more people, and I'm going to be able to have the potential to spread God's message to spread God's message to a number of people that normally I wouldn't be able to. And it's also going to be a good test on my patience, only because it's going to be so back to back, and there's going to be a lot of people needing help, and that's going to take away from, I'm sure, my job that I'm going to be currently doing. That being said, I get to work out in the field, so to speak. I'm given the chance to help all of these people. I'm going to be able to help them find things that they need and show them a kindness that maybe they wouldn't be able to see in other aspects of their life. There was this one day where I was working at the slow location, and I heard it said of a coworker of mine, "Oh, thank you just for that smile." I really needed that today. Just the small act of smiling at somebody is enough to potentially change their day around. So I get to see a number more people because, again, the location that I come from, super slow traffic, like low traffic, like I don't want to say like almost non-existent, but it is like I'll see one customer maybe, let's say, every 10 minutes, where at the location where I'm going to be seeing people constantly, like back to back to back. There's going to be people, like it's high traffic, and I'm excited to be able to show all of those people almost a glimpse of what heaven looks like. And I don't say that to be pretentious. I say that because at my church, we say, in Southeast Texas, as it is in heaven. And yeah, basically just that we are called to reflect what heaven looks like. And that's what I'm going to try to do this week, because I'm picking up, again, to summarize it, I'm picking up 2 shifts at a high traffic location that I get to go back to, versus my slow traffic location, where granted, yes, I would be able to have time to like stop and slow down and have a longer conversation with people, versus show a number of people a kindness that maybe they don't get to see. So I rambled a lot, but I believe I got my point across. And I do want to do a small little plug of the book that I'm writing. It's going to be on screen somewhere. It's coming out on August the 3rd, and it's going to hopefully be just an awesome like call to action that I feel like a lot of people could use this read, or else I wouldn't have written it, basically. It is available for pre-order through Amazon. I'll have it linked down in the description. Down in the description. Hopefully you heard whatever it is that you needed to hear today. And until next week, friends, I'll see you then, and have a blessed one.